on.
That's what you remembered out of that?
Never seen this happen before. I've been using this for months now.
Sorry about that. Had to get something from my mom.
All right, so now I see my audio coming in. You guys talk.
Nice.
I see you guys having audio.
All right.
All right.
All right, we're good. We
I
can
think
hear
we're
each
good.
other.
I see people's names. We have the right
Awesome.
names. Almost.
All right.
Well, Alex
So-
is Mike and Mike is Alex, but I can change that. Just start going.
All right, hi everyone. I'm Alex. I am the host of today's show. So welcome to episode number 26 of the Link Cable Gaming Podcast. Hope you guys are having a nice weekend. It is a blizzard where I'm sitting. I don't know about you guys.
Cold.
Yar. It's been snowing all day here too.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, I'm not even gonna brag, dude. Then
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah,
80 and
Mr.
sunny.
You know what? You
Mr.
can brag
Florida
after
here.
you've been through
Yeah,
this now.
Yeah,
Easy.
today's been amazing outside. Woo.
Yeah, just a...
Beautiful
love it.
fall weather.
What's the temperature outside?
For me
in
right now,
American,
it's 76.
sorry. Okay, good.
It's
For-
76 right now.
Me, it's -1
Celsius? So that's
Yes,
like
I
what,
don't-
30, maybe 20 something.
I don't know. It's
I don't know.
sounds miserable.
It could be.
either way.
There's lots of snow on the ground. It's like 20 centimeters of snow on the ground or something. There's like, I don't know.
So that equals 1
5
inch of snow.
inches.
No, I'm kidding.
Like,
I don't know. Yeah.
2 centimeters?
Probably
Oh,
by tomorrow
cool.
morning.
Yeah.
Canadian inches.
Canadian inches, eh?
Canadian inches. So hi everyone, welcome to the show. We're a bit scatterbrained right now, just because before this we were all going through Kevin's Pokemon card collection, and we have to give him a round of applause because apparently he's a millionaire. He has like 1,000 Charizards. They're all first edition.
didn't
They're
even
all
realize it.
professionally graded.
I
He's
should
got
have
it
even
all.
told him. I should have just been like, hey, what Pokemon cards you got? I'll give you $1,000 from right now.
There's
Yeah.
a good chance
Getting-
I would have done it too.
You would have, like I said, you'd have probably been like, that's too much, man. I'll $100. They're all
No,
yours.
just give me
Like, okay, thanks.
a nice high five next time I see you, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy me the next game. Oh my
Yeah.
This is why we've
gosh.
been so scatterbrained.
So
today.
a little backstory for Kevin. His parents, well, his dad family owns a movie theater, and they have for as long as I've known them. So that's, I mean, almost going on 20 plus years.
Oh, it's been since I was alive, and I'm almost 30, so I think it's
Right.
34 years. you said,
Wow.
something like that, 33?
So every Pokemon movie, every promo, every card, they get them, but they get them in the bags of worth of them. So when they're done, they have all of them. So all those promo, from the first Pokemon movies and everything, Kevin has bags full of them unopened.
I
and they
have
are
a
worth
bag. Don't
so
overdo
much.
it here. I have a bag, and
bags.
But we used to
They're
just-
You just
literally
showed me
I
like
have no
40
bags, so this is a
Zapdoses.
step in the
Yeah.
right direction.
And
yeah,
they are
okay,
worth
there's quite a few there.
hundreds of
We
dollars
are-
each.
enjoying this.
So
Crazy.
I am very upset this stream.
So, as the boss of Link Cable Gaming, I never pull rank, but as the boss, you guys got to do a stream. Kevin, you got to do a stream and just
We
show
have
off your cards
got
one
to.
day.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
And-
Got to do this.
And I'll sit
I
there and
just
just
want her for
react to
that.
them. I'll just sit there and react to them in just pure jealousy.
You guys missed Mike's honest reactions. It was glorious to watch.
It was really funny.
Mike's
little
sweating.
She's
that's
a-
all.
I had to take my jacket off. I had to take my pants off.
It's literally behind him.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when you pulled out what was it, like a hypno or something, and you were like, "Oh man, I got like 9 of these." Like this is a stupid amount of them.
So
And like
many.
we're all just like,
Yeah, no, it was he had
Like-
3 packaged first edition Machamps. He's like, I got 3 of them. I think I got a 4th, and I'm sitting there like, you got what?
I'm still like, I thought everybody had those because that was like the card. It was like everyone got every time you got a training
Kevin,
pack.
they
and, like,
did.
He
yeah.
won.
In 1999,
You know.
they all had them. It's 2020.
But doesn't
dude.
everyone just have those lying around still?
No.
I got my
I have
wallpaper is just
not seen
Machamps.
Pokemon cards.
Yeah. Zahi's house, they all caught fire and burned. My parents get a
out.
divorce, and I'm never gonna probably see them again. Alex, I don't know his excuse. He's Canadian, so he never had them.
He
I
has
don't know.
gaming collectibles.
Yeah, I buy
Yeah.
I buy this.
He
stuff.
puts
I
his
don't
stock
buy
in other
the cards.
things.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, Kevin, you were sitting. I feel like you're sitting on like Bitcoin, and you don't know what that is. Like, oh my
That's like my
gosh.
dream is finding like an old hard drive one day and there's like 10
20
Bitcoin on it.
Bitcoin, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, there you go.
Oh
All
my
right. Anyway,
gosh.
the show itself.
Let's
But yeah,
go
no,
on.
you guys have to do a stream. I think that'd be really fun.
I would love
Easy.
to. All right, twist
so-
my arm. I'll do it.
All right, you got it. That's why I said it on the internet. There's literally thousands of people watching, and I made sure to say it then, so you have to do it now. So this week we're gonna do something a little bit different. We're not gonna do what we played last week because I think we all have a next gen console.
Woohoo!
And we were all
Last to join.
You good on
there
using
you go.
those,
Yeah, you
Dahi?
just
Good.
got yours.
You got a chase
Just got
down, but you
mine.
got it, man.
I had to chase mine down till the ends of the city to get one.
Gotta respect the
Only
hunt, though,
10
man.
available.
Nice.
I earned that thing. I went to
How
every
good did that
store
feel,
I
though? How
possibly
good did
could.
that feel when you found that? Like, it's such an achievement.
Such an achievement. I feel like I went on my own personal quest at 29 years old. I'm like, this feels like an adventure. I was told to get one of these.
I love it.
So it was like a great moment, actually. To be honest, to be part of the new generation, incredible.
Yeah. So, yeah, I wanted to ask us all. Like, we've all had a bit of time. You've had a little less time with it, but like, it's the brand new sheen of it. At least for me, is kind of starting to wear
Brand
off. So, we're a weekend. What do you guys think of your next gen consoles?
So why don't I? Well, Kevin, you're laughing, so you got a good story. I'll let you go.
Well, we all know my PS5 still doesn't work, and I haven't done anything for it yet. So
You need to call Sony.
I just said about it, and I just don't want to think about it yet.
So since everybody else is Xbox, and I'm the only one that's PlayStations, maybe I should go first because I don't have any anybody else to bounce stuff. So, I don't think the shine has worn off from it. So I beat Miles Morales. Amazing game.
Wow.
Amazing game.
Already?
It's super fast. It's a small
There's
game.
no load times. It takes you just go.
Yeah,
Wow,
you just
flying
go
through it. No
you
load time.
just
Shit.
play the game. But no, I mean, realistically, the campaign was maybe at best 8 hours. So like the main mission. So it's a quick game. That's why everyone kind of likened it to say, oh, it could have been a DLC. I get why it's not. It's a completely new story, but I do really wish they would have put more like they did the first game. That being said, they set it up for the end for a third one. So I'll write slightly about it in my review that I have to do that I've been lacking. I've been making a lot of videos, but I haven't written that review. So I apologize, Alex. I'll get that. But it was amazing. I mean, this was like such a good intro into PlayStation 5 and the next gen. So it was awesome. I really want to get another game for PlayStation. My issue.
I knew you were going to say that.
So what I wanted to get was Call of Duty because I got buddies playing that. However, my issue is tomorrow the new World of Warcraft comes out, and I'm like, I'm never gonna play another PlayStation game right this second. And by the time I jump on the Call of Duty bandwagon, and before I jump on.
That was such an Alex thing I just did
Alliance.
Yeah.
That's for the
Show and
Alliance.
tell.
I'm gonna be real. I'm more of an Alliance guy, but they only had this one on sale, so I'm hoarded for tonight.
So yeah, I want to get that, but by the time I feel like I jump on the Call of Duty bandwagon, it may be done with. So I'm gonna wait and hold off before buying another game for right now. But I'm like itching. I really want to get another PlayStation game because, dude, I mean, just first, like you said,
so you can play it with me because
I've heard Godfall is all looks and no charm.
It's a lot of looks. I haven't gotten to a point where the game doesn't crash to actually know if it's good. I'm about 20 minutes in, so far they got me.
Wow. So yeah,
and I had to keep replaying the same part at the beginning, so I only know the beginning of the game.
I thought about downloading Rogue Company. I already have that for the PC, and I thought about downloading Rogue Company, but I'm like, I already play it all the time on the PC. I'm not gonna. So I think I just need to be patient. But I'm very excited for it. It has not worn off on me yet. The load times have been amazing. The ray tracing, the graphics have just been. I mean, it feels.
You showed me
next-gen.
some of that ray tracing.
Yeah,
we were on stream.
On stream, and that's cutting even. I mean, that's going from 4K. I think that my Elgato does feedback into 4K, but I was playing on a 2K monitor, so I think it got bumped down to 1080. So I'm not exactly sure what resolution you saw it at, but I don't think it was at the full power of what the system can do. So it looks really good. I have not played NBA 2K21, but I've seen a lot of the comparisons with it between that and PS4, it looks, I mean, you can see a very noticeable difference in quality. It looks amazing. So for me, at least, it has not gone away.
Nice.
Beautiful.
That's good. That's good to hear. I'll go next because I think I'm kind of like, I got the Series X on day one and unboxed it, and like I kind of had like I unboxed it and I was looking at it and I was holding it in my hands and I was like, I don't know where to put you. So like I was like, okay, put it aside, completely redid my entertainment like center, which was good. It needed a dusting, so it was kind of like a good like time to do it.
I
But
just
like
dusted off mine,
completely
too. Go us.
Yeah,
Sorry. That was something exciting I did this week was dust my amiibos. Go on.
There you go. I had my can of compressed air and I was shooting it through all like my systems. I wasn't shooting vape smokes through it though, because I don't want my Xbox to smell like, what was it, like blueberry vibe or something. But so I completely redid my whole entertainment center, and I got my Series X in a nice spot. I'm able to display it vertically, which I think it looks nicer.
Oh.
I don't like it sideways. It just looks like a big brick. It looks nice
Does look like a big
vertically,
brick.
so I've got that all set up.
I have mine brick form.
Oh yeah,
Mine's
I had it at first, and I was like, it looks. Maybe it's such a little thing, but the Xbox logo is on its side.
I get it.
And I was like, that bothers me. So anyway, I got this whole nice setup, and the first game I jumped into, the very first one was Valhalla. So I did a review of Valhalla on the good old Xbox One, just the normal one is what I did Valhalla on, and then but I brought it over to the Series X, and I was like, all right, show me the difference. How different is this game? And I was playing it within like, I was playing it like, the loading times on the Xbox One are like a minute, maybe 2 minutes to get into the world. It's like 10 seconds.
Oh, I know, man.
It's still a buggy game, but it looks better. The ray tracing is just phenomenal in that game. Like you're walking through like, if like the sunrise or the sunset and it's going through like the trees, and you actually like see like the global lighting effects are just unreal. It's a really great game on the Series X, and I'm sure on the PlayStation 5 too. And so yeah, that was the first game I played on it, and I really liked it. But it was a game I'd already beaten, so I was like, all right, I want something new. I want to play something like new. And then I'm like, there are no new games on the Series X.
Correct.
Yeah, that's so sad.
So I did get Bright Memory, so I'm working on a review for that. It's not very good, but it was a brand new game.
Is that a free-to-play game, or do you pay money for it?
No, it's $10. It's $10.
So
it's a prequel to an
game.
actual game that's not out yet.
Oh.
So, it's very short. It's only an hour long. It's very confusing. It's pretty. It's very pretty, but it's not. It didn't blow my mind. Actually, what it reminded me of a lot was Red Steel back on the Wii.
Sick.
Oh no, it's not.
I liked that game. It was fun.
I loved Red Steel.
I wouldn't say but it was cool.
Aesthetically, it was a cool game. That's why.
And that's the thing. It reminded me of it aesthetically, and that it was also like a launch game for the Wii that was like trying to show off like how new this thing is. And I was like, oh, this is Bright Memories trying to do the same thing. But it wasn't a very good. It's not a very good game. It's okay, I guess. It's like a 6 out of 10. Is what I'm kind of aiming for the review. But yeah, and like I think the Series X for me is a very good just like drop-in replacement and upgrade for the Xbox One. Like it you start it up, it looks the same, everything's in the same spot.
Yeah.
It works faster, it's cleaner, it has better options, but it's not like it really is missing that like next gen game to show it off. Correct. And the controller and the controller being so similar to the Xbox One controller, I really wish they would have just done something new. Like I know the PlayStation one's got those fancy triggers that lock in place, adaptive triggers, and I was like, oh, like they couldn't have done something with this. Like it feels like a very just like it's better, but it's just a drop-in upgrade. Like you unplug your Xbox One, and you
Yeah.
plug in your Series X. And you're
But
good
to be
go.
fair, how much better than that controller could that have really gotten? I gotta give the Xbox controller,
They could have
man.
had
It
adaptive
stands up.
triggers.
Adapter triggers. You know what I wanted more than anything, and this is such a modern thing, is I want motion aiming. Like for first person shooters.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that stuff.
I always shut it off
So
on
do
the
I.
Switch.
I hate it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
You're the guy playing
In
it with Splatoon, aren't you, Alex? You use motion.
No, I'm thinking
controls.
games like Doom Eternal, or not Doom Eternal, just Doom 2016 on Switch and PS4 has the motion controls.
I hate.
Like
that
I
motion
like that
shit.
stuff. I love
It's
that.
Nah, not a
okay. It is a
fan.
little useful in like on like very few games, but it's not worth it. I don't know. I don't like it that much.
I wouldn't mind
I've
seeing
never thought
motion
it was-
controls like adapted into more modern games. That would be really cool to see.
But
If I want motion controls, I'll play on the PC.
it's just to say that this, like the Series X controller, which is in the other room, is so similar to the Xbox
So
One.
similar.
Very.
Like it's.
It
okay,
is.
the-
It is, except for the button in the middle.
yeah,
think
which
that's
I
what
haven't even
though. They
pressed
wanted
yet.
it to be familiar and simple, and because I literally have like 3 Xbox controllers on my little coffee table thing in the basement, and
Yeah, I
my
got
friends
mine
come
right
over,
here.
they just pick it up, and it's not like you don't feel like your old stuff's useless now. You're like, oh, I have all this stuff that I just use, and it does make me feel that way, where it's like, oh, I don't have to buy anything new. I feel like
You know what console did that?
What the
The
Wii
Wii
U?
U.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was a shithole.
So here,
Just pointing it out.
so I got both controllers right here. I mean, I really like the PlayStation kind of formed
Ooh, that blue
similar
one
to
is
the
sick looking, though.
Xbox. Yeah, so like, but I'm not gonna lie. So like, here's so PlayStation. It feels good. It's bigger. It's thicker than the PS4 one. They did a really good. This was a much needed upgrade. But I'm gonna be honest. This still feels better than the
I
PlayStation.
agree.
That was always my biggest fight with
For
PlayStation.
real.
The Xbox, the Microsoft
It
controllers.
just, I
why?
think like the
I
back siding
love
of it, like my
the-
fingers, like just getting under the triggers, it just
Oh,
feels so
yeah.
nice. And
It's
it,
the
Yeah, why
offset
fix what's
sticks.
not broken?
I
The
don't know.
offset sticks. That's the way to go.
And the colors, you can like look, Mike's got blue, you got white, I got, or you can get these things in whatever color, and it's customizable. It just
Yeah.
makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Good
It's just
American
offset
product
sticks.
right here, right, Mike?
Yeah, yeah.
That Japanese shit.
Yeah. It doesn't say where this is made on the controller, but actually, does it?
It was designed by Americans.
This one's made in China. This
Yeah,
one
it
is.
says made in China.
Yeah, they're all made.
This
Ah.
one is, yeah.
Let's be real, they're all from China.
And I love I love the idea that Sony decided to go fresh and completely make their console like white. Like this is like so different than
What
before.
we're used to.
And I like that. I like different. I like
Yeah.
when they just change.
And I-
Try new
well,
stuff.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm missing from the Series X. I think is I wanted a little bit more different. I didn't want just a drop-in replacement for the Xbox One.
It
the
is quite
console's
literally a
ugly.
drop-in
I gotta be
replacement.
honest. The Xbox X is
It's okay.
it looks
okay.
stupid looking.
What?
The PlayStation 5 is
'cause he doesn't have
huge,
one.
but it looks cool. But the Xbox
No,
Series
This
X is just a
jealousy
big.
talking.
It's just it looks like a humidifier in a home.
You're wrong.
Like
Everything you say is
Oh,
wrong.
I don't know.
It
I'll
looks
send
like
you
a
guys.
really
you're
high
wrong.
I'm really bad.
I'll
at my
send you guys a picture
conversation.
after of where I've set it up. I think it looks great where it is. I'll send you a picture after.
Mine, I'm with Zahi. Mine looks like a big brick, just like on the
Yeah.
shelf. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
it's
right.
just
It looks
giant brick.
stupid.
work it though.
It's-
It's,
it's-
fine.
For a next gen console like the PS5, it's sleek. It looks like a new building. Like, oh man, I would want to work in a building that's modeled off the PlayStation 5. You know what the Xbox Series X looks like? A barracks in the army. Okay, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
because
wanna
real
live
men
there.
play real video games. They're not fancying around with your crazy architecture, Michael.
Yeah,
I
but
feel
real
like
video
that's
gamers
really
are
like-
nerdy.
super nerd. But I think that's really cool. In equal design sense, both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X are going for two completely different looks.
They are.
Completely.
Aesthetically, I feel like the PS5 is doing that bold kind of like new look.
Right, it's
You
like
know,
sleek
and the
and
Xbox-
fun, and the Xbox is kind of like, hey, like, guess what we can get you to buy? Like,
It's not that bad.
I'm gonna make a hard. I'm gonna take a hot take here.
Take.
Hot
Sony,
take.
a hot take. Sony's consoles, in their launch version, so like the first version of every one of their consoles,
Yeah.
is typically ugly. The fat PS3 is hideous.
That's my favorite one.
Oh, I love the fat. But we were just talking about that. That's what I got
So
my
good.
base.
But
I
it
love
is
the fat
ugly.
PS3. You take that back, you
the
jerk.
the launch PS4, it looks like an eraser.
The PS4 was ugly. The PS4 was definitely ugly.
Yeah, that one's pretty ugly.
I can't fight you on that.
As they remade, as they do their upgrades, I find they start to look a little bit more better. So I don't know. The PS5 in my mind really needs a slim.
It needs to be smaller.
It'll get
It
there.
needs to be smaller,
You
but
know
in
we're
terms of
getting it.
looks, it is so sleek, and I totally disagree. PS4, I agree with you. All the rest of the consoles, I think they screwed up because they make the second ones and they always look worse than the first ones. The PS3, the original, that glossy finish, that looked like it was worth $700 at the time.
It was.
$700.
No one
that's
bought
just
it at
my thought.
$700.
With that like Spider-Man Sony like logo or like the font.
Yeah, the
that
font.
was pretty cool. I can't.
So cool, man! It was so cool.
I have the Slim. I have a PS3 Slim, and I think I like that one. I find it's so minimalistic. It just kind of fits in anywhere. I don't have the Super Slim, the one with the stupid sliding door. I don't have that one, but
Oh god.
all right. Anyway, that's my take on it. I feel like I have a slightly more powerful Xbox One, which is the feeling I think I would have had if I would have bought an Xbox One X. So I really, yeah, it's better, but I don't feel like I don't feel like I've entered the next generation of gaming yet. Like I'm waiting. It needs that game. Like I'm waiting for that one game to come out that's like, oh wow, this is actually something that I couldn't play before.
That's crazy.
So,
Guess who already has that? Sony.
It's not even fair.
With which game?
Spider-Man.
I'm just all right. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I don't actually mean the words I'm about to say, but a little bit.
Okay.
So Spider-Man is an enhanced port of a PS4 game, and Miles Morales came out on PS4. Demon's Souls is a remake of a PS3 game. What's new on PlayStation 5?
Whoa.
So but here's the thing. But every game for Xbox Series X so far basically has done the same thing. They've come out for the Xbox One, so they're all porting. You get that in every console that's split. So you can't look at it like that. But when you look at how the PlayStation 5 has built Miles Morales, and that came out for Miles Morales. Plus, you also got NBA 2K21. I know you're not a sports guy, but go ahead and look at the difference between 2K21 PS4 and
sweatier?
2K21.
Ooh,
Sweatier. The moves look. The movement is more fluid. They look. I'm telling you, the move. It's incredible. There's a scene where Luka Doncic is running out and he's sitting in the tunnel, and he's running out of the tunnel for a Mavericks game, and he's fist bumping Mark Cuban, and he's running out to go play the Golden State Warriors. But like the thing is that's not like just a cinematic that they made. That's just like bumped up and higher. That like is how the game looks. It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. I've only seen that really for the PlayStation 5. I think, Xbox, the Series X, but specifically Miles Morales. That game, you can't get it on it. And yes, the PlayStation 4, I'm sure it looks good, and you can get it for the PlayStation 4. But it was an amazing game to come out for it. I promise you, it was. So, I mean, it's. I'm going to give you a quick spoiler. It's going to be my vote for Game of the Year already. And it came out a week ago.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, that's a good. I'll put a pin in it, but I do want to talk about our Game of the Year stuff after, once we're near the end of the show. So I'll make a note of that. No, I do recognize that the PlayStation 5 has a much better launch lineup than the Series X. I just don't feel like there's no. I don't see a game on there that I'm like, oh, you're pushing that PS5. Like you are showing off next gen. Yeah.
Not even Demon's Souls, because that is an absolutely stunning game.
It's a remake.
I gotta say, you do have to play.
Remake aside,
you have to see like Spider-Man, like with the ray tracing effects, which is not on the PS4. Is it pushing the limits? Probably not. Definitely not.
Yeah.
But for a good introduction into it, you can feel a difference.
All right, Zai, what are you're the one who's had it for the least amount of time. So you just got an Xbox Series X a couple days ago. Where are you at with it right now?
So Alex, you made actually a lot of good points about it feeling like essentially a drop-in replacement. It's true. It really does feel like just essentially a beefed up version of my old Xbox One S, the white one. So for me, I actually traded my in and I got like store credit off of it, which was great.
Nice.
But it does feel like essentially like just a beefed up version of what I had. I wasn't expecting to go into the Xbox Series X with too much in mind because I knew that wasn't what I was getting with it. Which is why last minute I had switched and wanted to get a PS5 just because of that exclusive lineup and because I feel like the PS5 is more next gen ish with what it's trying, whereas the Xbox kind of feels a lot reserved in what it's attempting. So I kind of knew where I was going when I got into it, but the limited time I've had so far, it's insane. When I get into the first game I played was Destiny 2. And just the load time to get right into the game
crazy.
Was phenomenal.
There are no load times anymore. It's
no
like back
load
in like
times.
It's like the Super Nintendo all over again. You start playing games.
Whoa.
So Destiny 2, for example, I'm just using it as a brief little intro. Before Beyond Light came out and the intro to get into the game from the UI all the way down to the ground and start shooting things could have been over 12 minutes sometimes. It was insane. It was insane. But then they did the Beyond Light trim and dropped the size of the game and fixed up a lot of things, and it took maybe about 2.5 minutes. With the Series X, I'm in the game like boots on the ground shooting in maximum 20 seconds. 30 if it was really, I'm just turning on the Xbox. It's insane. Never did I think I would get into Destiny this quickly. And it's not just that. I've been doing a lot of testing, like switching between games, where it leaves me for how long. I left a game on. The Xbox was off. I left it on literally the next day, and it picked up exactly to the spot where I was in Dark Souls 3 when I was just testing it out, and it didn't drop a single beat. Kept going.
It's so great.
It's insane how it saves place.
That SSD is really a game changer, and I think it's actually like right now we're seeing a lot of cross-gen games, but when games are made exclusively for these machines, like it's going to be a different experience altogether.
Way different.
Now I'm just so excited to actually play when the Xbox gets like its own games like Halo Infinite or maybe Gear 6, any new Elder Scrolls. Like I'm just so excited to see what is coming up with this thing, just because it's been amazing so far. And then I played Apex Legends, and the jump to what the Series X is giving me, like visually, fluidity in the movements, it's insane. It feels so much more realistic, and I wish I had a better TV to match how strong it is. It feels like I'm playing a light bulb in like a brand new light bulb in a really old lamp. I feel like it lacking what it could do, and it's still doing it.
I don't think there's a lot. I mean, really, I think that those TVs that are really going to run this amazing aren't even like, we're probably still about 4 years away from mainstream for those, so, which is kind of unfortunate. I feel like even like computers and stuff like that, like they're starting to get a little ahead of their generation in terms of graphics, and we're not like there with the monitors.
That's true.
Yeah,
it's been amazing so far. I've had like 5 games on the go, and I'm switching back. Actually, the game, weirdly enough, I've enjoyed playing a lot so far is Titanfall 2. It's on Games Pass, and I downloaded it. I was waiting to play Titanfall 2 on the Series X. Game Pass is amazing for the Series X. My God, the ability to play any of the games all at what the Series X is doing, it's fantastic. Like, it's so seamless, actually. Like, yes, I don't have a lot of games, but new games, but my library of existing games is so big That's what
It
I'm
just makes
loving
you feel
so
like you have
much
a lot
about it
to
right now.
play. It's not just like this
Yeah.
little. I completely agree.
Yeah, that is the one
Absolutely.
big thing for them.
So
Game
that's
Pass is
just been
selling.
my experience so far.
Cool. Yeah, I think we're all like at a point like we're, from what I'm hearing from everyone except Kevin, because he has not had a chance to play his PlayStation 5 yet.
Poor guy.
Yeah. But but he's got Pokemon cards to sort. So I think we're all like kind of like, this is great. This is going to make gaming better. I don't think we're at a point where we can all say it's made gaming fundamentally like earth-shatteringly different yet.
I feel it's definitely made an impact.
So, and it's funny because like, just to come back to like the design of it, I have to say I am starting to come around to the PlayStation 5's design overall, which I
know.
I hated it from day one, and now I just kind of begrudgingly accept what it looks like. So I feel like I'm gonna get there eventually. It looks better on its side than it does vertically.
It looks like a tile. Like it's the when I compare the Xbox and the PS5, the PS5 looks like a tile on the ground like this, and the PS5 is just like a like horizontally, like a column up. Just like, I don't know, they just feel so different.
Yeah,
one's like
I like it better horizontal.
Yeah,
I can't keep mine horizontally because it'll overheat and melt my whole center console. But I do wish it. I like the look of it better.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll leave it there. We might do this maybe in a couple of weeks again, just to be like, how are we still feeling about our next gen consoles? Especially, I'm pretty sure we're all going to get Cyberpunk. I think which is not technically releasing on the next gen consoles on day one, but I think we're all going to be playing it on it. So, one of the things I wanted to talk about this week is this massive kind of breaking news. So Capcom had a ransomware attack. So someone went in there and stole a terabyte of data from Capcom, and they were like, hey, give us millions of dollars or we'll leak it out. And Capcom was like, go ahead, leak it out. And they have been. So it's a bit unfortunate that we find out about a lot of this stuff this way. But it looks like everything for Capcom up till 2024 has leaked.
Wow.
I got the general list here. I guess if you don't want spoilers of games that haven't been announced yet, maybe come back later. We don't. This is a live show. I don't know when we'll stop talking about this. But they announced. So the leaks go over. Let's see what they got here. So we have a new Ace Attorney 7, which is coming out next year. A collection of the Ace Attorney games that never came out in North America, only in Japan. So that'll come out here. We've got Monster Hunter Rise, which was already announced for the Switch, is also going to come to PC later down the road. We've got Street Fighter 6, which is supposed to be their big holiday game for next year, which is coming to everything except the Switch, which is actually I think Street Fighter 5, I think Sony paid for that one. Like, they funded the development of it, so it was always on PlayStation only. So now for Street Fighter 6 to be on Xbox is kind of a big deal. And then the bigger ones is that there's going to be a demo for Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village, and that game's going to come out in April. We've got Resident Evil 4 Remake in 2024. We have Monster Hunter 6 in 2023. And there was one more. A Power Stone Remake, which is insane to me.
But Power Stone 2 or 1? Because
Power Stone Remake, one remake.
Less interesting.
A new Final Fight game, and a remake or a reboot of Onimusha.
The ninja thing?
Nice.
And Dragon's Dogma 2 in 2022.
I did see that already. They posted that though, didn't they? Or was that just spawning from this leak?
Dragon's Dogma right now.
So
actually, you know what? I'm gonna download Dragon's Dogma right now.
That game's
I forgot
fun.
I didn't do that yet.
I have it on the Switch.
I
and
bought
it.
It
runs decent on there.
Yeah, it's right. It came out on Switch.
That's
I
where I
forget
played
about
it,
that.
and it actually ran okay.
But all that leaked, which obviously is kind of a bit of a disappointment for anyone who is kind of like, where are they going with things in the future? And like you kind of like like we know basically everything from Capcom. Oh, there's a Mega Man game in there too. Sorry, I forgot about that one.
Yes.
They didn't say what it was. It's just a Mega Man project. So, it's kind of disappointing to kind of like, okay, so for the next 4 years we have no surprises from Capcom to expect at this point. But knowing this, is there anything that like stands out to you guys as like, hey, I'm going to like pay attention to that? Like that is going to be something interesting. And as a quick side note, like Capcom did refuse to pay the ransomware attack, so at this, I consider this kind of semi-announced. Because it's not like they're like, we're not talking about this. Yeah.
Well, the thing is
has it been verified? Like, is it 100%?
There it is. I mean, it's all being leaked through the people who did the ransomware. It's a pretty. It's not like Capcom's not coming out and saying, "Yeah, this is what we're doing." But it's it's hard to refute it.
I mean, truthfully, from here until 2024, so much can change. Who cares?
Yeah.
So a lot of this could delay it, look like completely different than what it is.
Yeah.
They could take something and be like, we scrapped it and we did this. So truthfully, I feel like I'd take all this with a grain of salt, even though it may be true today.
It's just something to get excited about, I guess I'd say. Like, oh, okay, that means that they may be thinking about a Power Stone something. Okay,
man, we needed
after
the year we had with just subpar gaming, we needed a good leak. So good for these ransomware guys.
I'll take it.
They didn't get a penny out of it. They didn't get a penny out of it. They just got the scoop, I guess. Personally, like a Power Stone remake is insanely cool to me.
Is that not insanely cool?
That they remember Power Stone at all.
That anyone remembers Power Stone at all.
Hey, Power Stone's great.
Yeah. For listeners who might be like, what the hell are these guys talking about? Power Stone were Dreamcast exclusive fighting games.
So good.
They were kind of like Smash Brothers in 3D. Is the best way I could describe them. So yeah, they're really fun games, but they were stuck on Dreamcast Island forever. So it was kind of like no one could really play them unless you had a Dreamcast lying around.
What a great game!
Yeah, I know I was talking to Jacob offline, my brother, and he was just like, I really want Monster Hunter 6, but to like, that's literally 2 games from now because like Rise is in between, right? So it's kind of like, it's really hard to even conceptualize what Monster Hunter 6 is. At this point,
that's the thing. It's so far. Like, this is cool, but like, and you're right. And there's some surprise. Oh, it's cool that they're thinking about this.
4 years.
They could drop it. What if Power Stone? They drop the remake. There's so much to be done. It's just kind of like, it's cool, but I'm not going to get excited about it. It'd be like Nintendo releasing that they're going to release a new Mario game. There's going to be a Pokemon game, and they're going to make another Zelda game. Like, really?
Surprise.
Get out of town. And they're going to remake Duck Hunter. Like, oh, okay.
I think for me, if anything from that list is the most exciting, it would be probably Mega Man. Anything new for the Mega Man series. Like, I'm hoping Mega Man Legends 3. That's what my dream Mega Man game.
Legends 3 is such a good example to bring up because it's like, it's so like, you really want Mega Man Legends 3. It was already announced and it was canceled. So it's exactly what Mike is saying. Like they've canceled it before.
And that would just be something beautiful to, come back. It was announced, canceled, and left hanging. Wouldn't that be like an excellent
and all they said was it was Mega Man Project. It could be some stupid Mega Man racing game, like it could be anything. It's a big leak, but it's so candid and so far out. It wasn't, no wonder they said, go for it. Because what information do they really have on Capcom? Like, who cares?
And I think the biggest one, the one that I'm personally a bit kind of like a little bummed out to know exists is Resident Evil 4 Remake. Because Resident Evil 4 is such a legendary game. And it's one of those games that, you can remake it, but you can also just not. and leave
You
it
could
as
just
is
let
and
it be. Yeah.
let it be, right? So
You
to
know-
know that they're thinking about it, it's kind of like, well, what do you change about Resident Evil 4? Like, how do you
It's
do you
scary.
go about that?
Bloodborne
It's
treatment.
because
Or,
Majora's Mask has
Demon
burned
Souls.
you.
Majora's Mask has burned him.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's but you got to look at it like that. I think remakes are such a touchy subject because it's just like they want to stay in their own lane and get out of their way from such a classic, but yet you want to like spruce it. I feel like honestly, all you have to do for a remake the graphics, take the things that people complained about before, fix them, done. Stop it. Enough. Like done. That's a remake is I'm expecting the same damn game, just make it look better. Like it's it.
So what are your thoughts then? How would you rate the Final Fantasy VII remake, which is a remake in name only, essentially?
It's
Right,
basically a
but
whole brand new story.
it's a whole brand new. That's the thing. It's very remakes are very. You either do it right or you do it wrong, and there's no in between.
So what's a good remake or what's a bad remake in your mind?
So right now, I mean, going off of Zelda Majora's Mask, what do they do? Like they got it so right the first time, and they just completely got in their way. And then you got Zelda Ocarina of Time, great remake. Little touches here and there, but they enhanced things that needed to be enhanced, and they made the graphics a little bit different, and it was fun. But it felt like the same game. Where Majora's Mask, they changed the boss fights and made them so bad, and just different things. The swimming, the Zelda. There's so many. I mean, I can go on and on about the Zelda remake from Majora's Mask, but those two right away, just complete
I'm so
garbage.
Discouraged. I'm so discouraged. I remember the day that Nintendo Direct happened, and I was at work, and my brother calls me up, and he knows how much of a crazy big Majora's Mask fan I am, and he's like, Alex, run home right now.
Oh
And
no!
I was like, what? What's up? He's like, just go home and watch a Nintendo Direct, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I run home, and it was the first thing they showed was the Majora's Mask remake, and I was shaking. I was like, this is my favorite game of all time. And I was counting down the days, and I bought the collector's edition for it, and I paid more. I did not pre-order it. I bought it from a scalper because I really wanted it, and I didn't get the pre-order.
Oh my god, Alex!
I paid about double for it, and I was I don't know. I was just freaking out, and I finally get the game, and I was just it was just deflating because it's perfectly playable. It's just
if you had never played Majora's Mask before, it's a fine game. But if you're comparing it to the beauty of Majora's Mask, like you aren't even on the same level. Get out of here. Like don't even you're just a wannabe at that point. No, I what I was upset about was I remember they were talking about maybe coming out with a Majora's Mask remake when it was around Wind Waker time. And they came out with Wind Waker instead. And I remember sitting there going like, come on, all I want is an enhanced graphics version of Majora's Mask. Like bump it up, throw Unreal Engine 3 too, like to give it some beef to it.
These ones are excited for is Nintendo, and they're not going to do that. If it was like any other company, there's like a chance, but Nintendo wants they're going to do it themselves, and they're only going to put it on their hardware, and there's not a lot of options.
Make it look like Breath of the Wild. Make it look like Breath of the Wild. That would have been so cool. And just enhance it. Maybe add like, I don't know, like a fifth. I don't know, but just.
So there was a little inside baseball here, but in our chat for all of us, Jacob, Alex's brother, posted a video of leaks for Nintendo, and they talked about how I don't know if you guys watched this thing, but the video talks about there's a Gen 4 remake coming, supposedly, that was leaked by some leaker guy online. It's been
rumored forever.
Yeah. So the discussion that he was having online with himself was like, is it going to be a 2D remake of it, and they're going to put this on the 3DS or in the Switch or something like that, or is this going to be a full remake where it's going to look like, Sword and Shield type of remake? So I was kind of interested. Oh, he also said, or maybe what if it's a 2D remake because it's a 2D game originally? What if they do a remake like they did for Link's Awakening, and it looks just like that, where it's like a little claymation stuff from above? Like I'm like, okay,
so realistically,
that wouldn't be so bad at all.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
So you're going really into my realm for Pokemon, so I can really take you on all the rumors and what's been going on. So there's been a lot that have been basically based on 3 games right now. There is a Let's Go Johto, which is going to be, the Let's Go style, where it's going to be gold and silver version, which I'm like, hell yeah, that's my favorite of all time.
Yes.
All for it. I liked
Silver.
Pokemon Let's Go, but like, you do that, like, hell yeah, you could do 16 badges instead of 8. Anyways, there's that one. Then there is a Pokemon where it's going to be the Sinnoh region. Yeah, Gen 4 Emerald, and Diamond Pearl Emerald, and or Emerald is
Platinum.
Yeah, Platinum, sorry.
You're right.
So yeah. And then there's that one, and a lot of them you're right.
So he's starting to sweat again. Mike's getting excited.
Oh, Mike's getting excited.
There are those pits out, bro.
There's nothing left to take off.
Down in that big Florida heat.
Anyways,
Florida heat.
let me get this light off me. No,
He's over there going, "You don't get this flustered when you talk about me."
she is in the other room. But they haven't really discussed about how the playstyle is going to be. It could be like a remake for Link's Awakening, or it could be like a Let's Go style. I personally am a fan for Let's Go because I think that style was really cool. How they introduced the Pokemon in the overworld, how you could see them. I really liked it for like shiny hunting, because the shinies were actually out there, which they decided to take away in Sword and Shield. No sense, but anyways. But it was a really good crafted game. Yes, was it easy? Absolutely, it was easy. But listen, my thing with Pokemon is this. Aren't all of them easy? Like, if you're having a hard time playing Pokemon by now, you're either 4 years old or like you're an idiot. Like, really, like, they're easy games. Yes, some of them can be harder, and I think they need to cut back on some things, like the XP share. You had to grind more. But anyways, I like the look of that. So, and then the third one that they're talking about that's been rumored apparently, and this one sounds really cool. And sit back with this one. So the third one that they've talked about is, it's going to be almost like an open world, how like you have the wild area now, except it's going to open all 8 generations as to like one another. So you're going to have from Kanto all the way to the the Galar region.
Never.
And but they had some pretty
never do that.
So
I'll let you finish. Go.
It was, and I'm trying to remember some of it, and some of it was released like via DLC to get to some of the pieces, and it wasn't like a remake of each one. It was its own game, but it was like an open world Pokemon game, and all the regions were a part of it, and it sounded amazing. It was a pretty credible leak too, from where they had, because they had some other leaks with that same person, and all of them came true with the Crown Tundra stuff. And I wish I could pull it, but that was it. Those were the 3.
That's the concept it's been floating around the internet for like years now. Like, it was back in the Wii U days, people were talking about the idea of a Pokemon MMO.
They already have one. It's a fan-made game. Yes,
a real one though, like a public,
it's
a first party one, where it was like the base game is Kanto, and then every expansion is the new region. That concept's been around for a while. I just, like, you look at the Switch and what it can do. I don't think the Switch can do that. And like, I don't think the Switch has the hardware to do an MMO or a massive open world game like that. Nintendo really does lean in on the portable side of things, where you, like, the Switch can connect to cell phone towers for internet, for example. So like, for anything huge or intense like that, it seems to go against their design philosophy in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I that one I find a bit less credible.
I hear you, because you're right. They're giving away all their games for nothing. Like, what? And I just put in our Discord chat, there is a very credible Pokemon MMO that's come out that has been around for a while, and I've never played it, but it's exactly what you're talking about. It's fan made, but it is, spit and image from the games.
Yeah.
Is it actually any good?
I've never played, but I've heard very good things about it.
What's it called? What's the actual name of it?
MMO.
Is just what it's called. I think I did.
Pokemon.
I can't. Oh, you put it in the Discord chat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can't look at it because it'll script the screen. But I'm pretty sure that's the one that I did play.
Game mode.
Pretty sure.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Next year is going to be big.
I just want to talk about Pokemon forever.
This year's gonna be fantastic.
It's so 2021 for Nintendo alone is you've got the Metroid anniversary, you got the Zelda anniversary, you got the Pokemon anniversry. Like I think it's 35
Big.
for Pokemon for Zelda
30
and Metroid, and it's 20 for
25
Pokemon.
for 25 Pokemon.
25 because it was 96 was Pokemon Red. So it's going to be a big year for everything. So yeah, there's going to be a lot to get onto that, and I do think a Gen 4 remake is due. They've
been wanting it for a while. I'm down with any of it.
I get the feeling it's going to be like a Sword and Shield, like style, like kind of like how they did with the 3DS, where they had X and Y, and then Sapphire was built on that. Like they kind of just kept going that way.
It should, honestly.
They don't need a new engine. Like it's fine. Like they need to clean up the Sword and Shield engine, but they can. It's fine.
Yeah.
We really got off topic from the Resident Evil 4 remake to talk about.
I don't even
Pokemon.
remember talking about Resident Evil.
I'm so excited.
Capcom. We were talking about and stuff.
4 remake. I am absolutely excited for it. I hope it turns out to be something like the Demon Souls remake in terms of how new it looks. Maybe not to that kind of extent. Oh, beautiful.
Maybe like this.
Got that
Maybe
wrapped.
like this game.
Maybe like Resident Evil 2,
I really want to play that
but
game.
much nicer.
I need more time to play games.
Yeah. Don't work for a video game website. You have no time to play games.
Well, Kevin's
Yeah,
about to because he's gonna be able to retire from his job once he sells all these Pokemon.
Exactly. Yeah, he's living his.
He'll be able to play whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, okay.
Everyone's gonna ask,
mansion.
"Where's Kevin?"
Yeah,
And we're gonna say
from
he's
his
rich.
castle.
As you guys are talking, I'm sitting here like looking at all the prices and stuff, going, "Wow, these are actually selling for quite a bit of money," and I can't believe it. And like recently, some sold yesterday.
I was not lying to you, Kevin.
I can't
Me and you will
believe
sit on a
this.
stream. Me and you will sit on a stream. You will read your Pokemon cards to me. I will increasingly get more angry at you and then tell you how much money you're just sitting on in your
I'm
basement.
just so shocked that people are buying these for this much. But I know it's a bit. It's like streamers start doing it, and I think that's what really just got people going. Because all of a sudden it's like you can't get these anymore, and streamers are talking about it, and then the kids are going, "Oh shit, I want to play with these now." And I think this is like,
Yeah, maybe.
this is
That's what happened.
Because like even my buddy Andrew, he's been looking at Pokemon cards, trying to buy stuff too, and I'm like, "You're not a guy I thought would be doing this," but he's like, "I don't know, someone else are talking about it, and now this person's talking about it."
It's an investment, man. Don't even look at it as a game anymore. It's an investment.
But I'm just like, I want to play the game. I want to battle. That's the fun
Well, we
part.
can do that too.
Dude,
I got you.
You're gonna
We can do that.
I
battle
would
with
love to
real
battle.
life money.
You gotta show up to a game. You gotta go out to like a tournament or something.
I used to be
And the
back.
only your deck is entirely first
Base set.
edition holographics. That's all
Just
you bring to the
base set.
table.
My
You
God,
can't
I'm
play
looking-
any of them because you don't have any other evolution cards. You're
Yeah.
just
Oh no, all Charizards. Oh, what
Oh,
am I
my
gonna
first
do?
edition PSA
can't
10
believe it.
Charizard. I can't play it.
I'm looking at these. They're just so. I have
What a
this card,
power
non-first
move.
edition Dark Alakazam, holographic. It just sold for this one at the PSA 10 for $250. If mine's even a 2, it's still selling for like a fuck ton of money. I'm like,
Yeah,
who's buying
Kevin,
these?
and you have like packs and I'm telling you, me and you will sit. It'll probably be like a 4-hour stream based on those 3 million cards you just showed me, and we will find you so much money that you're gonna have people on stream.
Where's this center that like this PSA play? Like who's grading these?
Definitely
Pokemon
got
cards?
loot.
So the two main, and sorry, we keep getting off task, but the two main grading are Beckett and PSA. PSA is a big one, but Beckett, if you get a Beckett 10, those are like, Beckett's a harder grading system than PSA. But Beckett is like
Is this okay?
stupid.
So, dude, is that the same place where you send like all kinds? Okay, yeah, this is 'cause I think-
Everything.
Can you send video games and stuff to this place too?
Yeah, they'll grade anything.
Okay,
really.
because I listened to another podcast and he owns a game store and he's like, I get trade-ins and sometimes they're worth more than just reselling. He's like, I'll send them to these places, they'll tell me how much it's worth, and then he can sell it in his store with the rating, or he can just sell it on eBay and make even more money.
Yep. They grade everything.
For him.
So you guys gotta do a stream of that.
I don't even want to
Easily.
send this to them. I want to drive there and give it to them because I'm scared they're gonna be stolen in the mail. Looks like we're going to Dallas, Texas. Who's ready to go?
Road trip. I'm close. I'll go.
Down.
I'll probably rob you. I'll
Sure,
probably
I'll go
rob
there.
you
You're
for a
probably
couple
just
of your
as far
cards.
from Dallas as I am.
I'll go to Texas. We should do like we'll do a link cable road trip to
Cable on,
Texas.
link cable on the road.
Yeah, it's just
Would
as far,
actually be
Mike.
so
you're,
down.
you're 20 hours away.
You
I
are
would
not
fly.
20. Yeah, we could
I'll
just
get-
fly
I'll-
with them.
Yeah, let's get on a plane. It's like 5 hours by
Yeah, but
plane.
some people might
We'd
try
all
to
meet
take
like
it.
on a Tootsie Trail for
Kevin,
this.
Kevin, mail them to me, and I'll take care of them. Okay?
We just show up to the airport. It's like, all right, your ticket's like $2,000. Like, oh no, I got a Charizard. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
slip them a Charizard. You're good to go.
Yeah, hit them with one of these. Be like, oh, it's $2,000. That's funny. Just $2,000.
Just
$2,000.
Right, someone put a Machamp in their pocket. It's like, yeah, you're gonna let me through.
My brother.
And just, like, give them a
Just
pa-
tap his
We're good
cheek
here,
as you
right?
walk by.
We're good here,
Really
right?
quick tap.
What's that behind your ear? Is that a Metapod? Yep. I'll see you later.
No, that's how you start picking up women too. And you're like, "Hey, baby, how you doing? Have you seen my Machamp?
Yeah.
It's holographic." And she's like, "Ooh."
Yeah, I'm not interested in the broke boys. I got 6 Blastoise. All right, where do I sign?
You're one of them Pokemon hookers, aren't you? Oh,
This is.
I don't want any of those new cards. I only go for the old originals.
All right, and the
OG
last
shit.
topic of the
Yep. Let's just keep moving.
because I don't know what to say anymore. So I wanted to look. So the Game Awards put out their list of nominees for Game of
Heck
the
yes.
Year. So we're gonna do our own. We're gonna do our own Game of the Year thing in December around the same time. So
Link
look forward to that.
Cable Gaming Game of the Year.
We've got different nominees, but looking at these guys are the big guys. The Game Awards are the big show in town. We're coming for you, but we're not there yet.
We will get you.
Yeah, well, we got that. We got the Kevin's gonna bankroll us now. So
It's true. Yeah, he's gonna run our Series A.
Gonna be funded.
So
Everyone's gonna fund Link Cable right now.
yeah. So I guess I wanted to ask you guys, and we can go like around the table. Of the 6 games, and which would you choose? And you can only choose these 6 games for Game of the Year. So they nominated Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing: New Horizons, or The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh,
It was a very good year for the PS4. let's be
good
real.
for them, man.
So I'll give you guys maybe a few seconds.
I know mine.
In the meantime, I want to do a shameless plug. So we are having a contest. We're having a giveaway over on Twitter.
Tell me more.
Oh, I will. We're doing a giveaway. It's super easy to sign up. All you have to do is follow Link Cable on Twitter, Link Cable Gaming on Twitter, and retweet the special tweet. I've been reposting it every day, so it's at the top. And you can win yourself a copy of our 2019 Game of the Year, so the game that we decided was the best one of last year, which is why I'm holding a sealed copy of Resident Evil 2 for the PlayStation 4. So this was our Game of the Year last year, and we're going to give it away. So head over to Twitter for a chance to win this exact copy. The one I'm holding in my hands is sealed. You can see it on stream. It is. And to our Spotify listeners, I'm sorry, just imagine a sealed copy.
Just take our word for it.
Imagine it.
Yeah, just imagine it. But yeah, so Resident Evil 2, the remake, we're giving away a copy of it. Head over to Twitter. The draw is tomorrow, so you guys have till tomorrow evening. And all you got to do is follow us on Twitter and give us a retweet, and you will be entered to win this game. So that's my shameless plug. I want to
win that game.
I feel no shame at all. You cannot win because you work for us. But also just traded your PS4.
What if I give you a Blastoise for it?
I'll give you
Contest is
7
canceled.
remakes.
Contest is
Yeah, I'll give you 7 of that game.
So check us out on Twitter. A bunch of people have already entered, so it's good to see that it's got some traction. But,
What's our Twitter username? Can you throw our Twitter handle?
LinkCable1. We are at LinkCable1. If you search for Link Cable Gaming, you can find us. We got our lovely
see it on the
logo
stream right
there.
there.
Imagine that. So if you're watching the stream, it's at the bottom there. Link Cable 1. If you're listening to us on Spotify, just imagine a stream, and imagine that stream has a picture of a Twitter handle, and our Twitter handle is there. So just picture that in your mind, and you'll know what to do. So now that that's all said and done, the Game Awards, Game of the Year, which one would you guys vote for? Who wants to go first?
So I'm gonna. Can you repeat them again really quick?
All right.
Yes, we got Doom Eternal,
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII Remake,
Okay.
Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing: New Horizons, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay. So this is kind of crazy. So I'm really quick to add to this. If I looked at the sales figures for each of those PS4 games and add them together, it's still almost half of how many Animal Crossing sold.
Yes.
Almost half. So that's a little crazy.
Animal Crossing made a lot of money and continues to make a lot of money for
Animal
Nintendo.
Crossing in September had reached, 26 million
It's
units
amazing.
in September. We're not even gotten to Christmas yet. This will be the first Christmas it's on sale, so it's going to blow up. And all those other games together is only around
true.
13 or 14 million, with Last of Us, Final Fantasy VII, and Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
So
Hades is fairly new, so I don't, and it's a Switch and PC game.
well,
so
it's
and
fairly
it's an indie
new
game.
out. It's been out for over a year in early release because my buddy's been telling me to play it for a long time, and it just finally got big from coming out.
Jacob.
Yeah, he
Oh,
loves it.
Jacob's in love with this game.
Have you guys all played Hades?
No.
Mm-mm.
It is actually pretty fun, and it's a cheap game, so it's not. It's a roguelite type stuff, like. So you're gonna get angry. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
All right, so go over them one more time, and then we can talk. Sorry.
All
I
right,
forgot what they
we
all
got Doom Eternal,
are.
Final Fantasy VII Remake, Ghost of Tsushima, Hades, Animal Crossing: New Horizons, The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay.
What would you vote for, Kevin?
Don't pick me first. Animal Crossing. It has to be Animal Crossing. That is not only it's just changed the lives of people. It made people happy. It is turned my wife into a gamer. It's changed my life and more. I literally bought an Animal Crossing Switch for my wedding anniversary present to please my wife. Like it's
Amazing.
it's my no. This goes beyond just a game. It's my sister plays with my wife. So my sister plays. My friend's wife plays with them. They have a group chat. My mom bought a Switch just to play Animal Crossing because she watched my sister play it. So now my mom owns a game console, which blows my mind, and she has like 300 hours in it. She has like 300 hours. So this game has not only like been a good experience, it's changed people's lives. My wife's best friend, she just bought a Switch for it. She's addicted to it. My coworker plays it. My coworker bought a Switch, and she's like, I'll never use it, whatever. She ended up buying a second Switch, so now she has a Switch Lite and an Animal Crossing Switch.
Oh my
It's
god.
just like everybody I know in my life, it's really changed a lot. So to me, that is the game that defined this year, Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
All right,
Okay.
cool. Zai, what about you?
So that having really played and enjoyed of these two games that I'm about to mention very quickly, this decision is really, 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 really difficult for me to make. So I'll give the runner up, and it's by like a very small margin that the other one came on top. And runner up for Game of the Year, I think personally, this is how I even would do my ranking, would be The Last of Us 2.
Okay.
The Last of Us 2, even though The Last of Us 2 came out this year, it is, when I played it, just a visually immersive game that had me hooked from the get-go until the ending. Sure, some of the plot points were like a little wacky or out there, and maybe everything didn't jive well, but just the sheer level of immersion and storytelling that I felt I was experiencing. And I like those kind of cinematic games where I feel like I'm going through a narrative. Those are like my favorite kind of experiences in gaming, and The Last of Us 2 is just incredible. But the game that really won it for me, if it's going to be from the list, is the Final Fantasy VII Remake. From start to finish, I absolutely loved everything that was to explore in the remake. The only thing that I could even say I wish was bad was that I wanted more. Like leaving at the end of Midgar and having it finish there, and I'm like, no, give me more. I think that's the worst thing I felt about that game, in all honesty. The enhanced soundtrack is just filled with so much love and detail. One of my favorite moments is fighting Genova. It's crazy as it is when it happens, and it shouldn't be happening at that point in time, just because the story is so different. The music progressively escalates into like the Genova theme throughout the fight. It's just so much fan attention to detail. It's absolutely incredible to play the Final Fantasy VII remake. And I think the remake kind of broke the mold on what it is to be a remake, or what a remake can be, just because how it takes the plot similarly, but in a new direction with where it's going, and it still feels fresh, and it still feels really original, and it still feels like Final Fantasy VII's essence in the game. So I would have to go very strongly on the 7 remake.
Cool. Very good. Mike, what about you?
So I'll start with the runner-up for myself. Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh,
great game.
Way better than I am.
I know I am. Great game. It was the highest grossing PS4 game, I think, of the whole PS4 series. So, I mean, a great game that just shows, what it did visually. It was such a great farewell to the PlayStation 4. It really held its own. It was great. However, and I'm going to hit you with a nice Zoom call meeting term. I'm going to piggyback off of what Kevin said. Animal Crossing New Horizons is, in my mind, there's not even a competition for it. And it's similar to why Kevin even says that, it's pulling in gamers that aren't even gamers, but it's a bigger piece. Think of when it came out. It was the mid-end of March. That was right when this pandemic really got real. That was, for a lot of people, a very, very, very hard time mentally for them. And this game was a release for a lot of people in a very 100%. Big time of uncertainty, not just in the United States, not just in Canada, but throughout the whole world. It was, not only was it just very anticipated from a Nintendo standpoint. I remember when it came out and it got delayed until 2020, back in 2019. And I was like, Kylie, I know you don't play video games, but if you're going to try one, I think you're going to like Animal Crossing. I still haven't tried to get her to play it yet, and I should, because I think that she could. That's all right.
Be full-time dad all of a sudden. So.
But
that wife.
Yeah, but it really does say that. But even before all that, it says to Kylie that if there's a game that I think you would like, it's Animal Crossing. I know the type of play style and player that it's looking for, and I think you would fit for it. Someone that doesn't play, I think you would like it. But then you add on this absolutely historical piece of time that we are all going through that no one else has gone through. This is the first time forever. It's changed everybody's way of life, mostly for the worse. And this game was an escape. This was the first real escape that came out for that. So not only, I think, did you see that in the sales of the game with everything, but I just think that it not only with such a momentum and big responsibility, it's like the LeBron James of a video game. It came in with so much hype and so much expectation, and it's still delivered. With everything at stake, it's still delivered. And I'm like, in my mind,
people need it.
Right, when you needed it the most, that game was there, and it's still end of the year. It's still relevant. People are still playing it.
They just made a huge update for Transfer Your Island to another Switch. It just came out on Thursday, and they have the new season. My wife's been playing it all day.
Christmas is about to come out.
She's been getting. They added a new feature. You can sit down, and people are losing their freaking minds. I'm not even kidding. They literally, you can sit down now on the ground, and my wife's like, "Look how cute this is. Watch," and you just sit. I'm like. I've
been
okay. Wow. And like that is cool, but I can't believe it's such a big deal.
We've been talking about Pokemon cards throughout the show. I've been going back and buying the Animal Crossing amiibo cards that I'm missing because I want the full set, and there's 450 of them.
Oh my
god!
I am more than halfway done. I'm buying them one at a time because scalpers are expensive. But yeah, it's
Calipers.
the not to take over, but it's the kind of game that just a small change can change everything for it.
Yeah.
Keep going, Mike.
No, I was actually kind of finishing up, so I can kind of wrap it. But that was my game, Animal Crossings. I mean,
Nice.
by far, all these games are good games, but just the how much this game came to to play and just absolutely knocked it out of the park in a time where we needed it, easily gets my vote.
Agreed.
Cool. So for me, you both have, like, Animal Crossing is my choice. Out of all these games, I would have voted for Animal Crossing. I can't describe why I would do that better than you guys have, so I'll echo what you guys have said. It's a marquee game in the year. You look at games like The Last of Us Part 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake, even Ghost of Tsushima, and especially Doom Eternal, and Hades. I don't know too much about it, but they are great games. They are fantastic games in their own right. It's unfortunate that they existed as 2020 games because I think we needed that escape from the reality of what 2020 was.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why when The Last of Us came out, I was really just not interested in it because I'm like, oh, I'm kind of living in the post-apocalypse. I don't really feel like playing a game about the post-apocalypse. But I really like Animal Crossing. It felt refreshing to me. So if it was the kind of game that I put in to my Switch and I felt reinvigorated to play video games again after maybe, going through like, oh wow, another shooter, oh wow, another RPG. Like it was different enough.
It was unique.
So I would vote for Animal Crossing. I'm more interested though in talking a little bit about my runner-up, which is also Ghost of Tsushima. So I reviewed Ghost of Tsushima for Link Cable Gaming, and I gave it a 7.8. It's not a Game of the Year caliber score. I liked it a lot, but I thought it was very flawed. And then I kept playing it after. So the review went out, and I published it. And I was very happy with the review, the way it turned out. But then I kept playing the game, and my opinion on it kind of changed over time, where I was like, this isn't the kind of game that... Matured, yes. It's not the kind of game that you're supposed to run through or just kind of get a visceral action kick from it. It is a much more sip a cup of tea type experience. Like it's
yes.
You take in the world, you breathe it in, and once you start doing that, I found I was like, oh, this is why this game is great. So I stand by my review. The faults in the game still exist, but the game has an air to it that is unique, and I think it deserves its spot. Like you were saying, like it's one of the, if not, I think it's the best best-selling first-party PlayStation game that is not part of another series on the PlayStation 4. Is kind of how they. So it's like, all right, like you don't count God of War, you don't count The Last of Us, just count it on its own. But it's a really good game, and if a 7.8 kind of gives you the impression that it's an okay game, give it a shot still. I think it's
easily
a really impressive game. Yeah.
And with PS5, it got updated to 60 frames at 4K.
And I think they're coming out with a co-op.
It's already out.
It's already out. It's already out.
Is it?
Last month, I think.
I wonder how Ghost of Tsushima looks on 4K.
Yeah.
My God.
Oh.
It's supposed to run 4K
I should check it out.
That's something because I haven't played a lot of it since it came out, and I would be very curious to play some more of that game.
Yeah, it's a very good game. So I would still like it if it came down to just those two. I would still vote for Animal Crossing. I think that game means more to me the way this year went, and I think it means more to a lot of people. It's it's just a different kind of game. But yeah, so that's how I would break it down. And I do really like the how the irony of it all, that Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing are together again in this Game of the Year.
It is definitely interesting.
They came into this world together, and they just continue to ride together. Thanks for indulging me with this little activity of looking at the Game Awards thing. So Link Cable Gaming is doing its own Game of the Year things,
indeed.
celebrations, I should say. So starting in maybe a few weeks, we're going to start doing fan votes. So we'd love to hear everyone's opinions on their choices we're going to do a bunch of voting in different categories. So best racing, best adventure game, best PlayStation 5 game, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we've got a whole bunch of those, and then we're going to do our Game of the Year awards. We're going to hand out some prizes. We're going to do another giveaway. So no matter what our Game of the Year is, we're going to give away copies of it. So that's coming up.
Oh, we could dress up for the Game of the Year awards, like put like a fancy suit on.
Sure.
Oh
yeah,
my
let's do
gosh.
I'll pick
We'll-
out
It
some
would be a
cool
black
backgrounds
tie
and I'll
event.
do a really
Yeah.
cool overlay.
that. We can do
Get some
that.
fun some red carpet like sound effects going in our stream.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah,
it.
you start working on getting the sound effects set up.
Like a drum roll.
Get my suit pressed. But yeah, we're going to do all of that. We have a bunch of year-end content that goes out. So we got our we're going to talk about the best games. We're also going to talk about the worst games of the year. That's always fun to do. We're going to talk about our most anticipated games of 2021, of which there are already a ton of. So lots to look forward to on our end of things. But that's all the shameless plugging I've got. So do you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about, or are we wrapping up for the day?
That's it for me.
Yeah.
Go
same.
look at some Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
No.
I've been waiting to end this show so we can go check out more.
Oh man.
Cool. All right, we'll leave it there then. So that does it for us. So thanks everyone for tuning in to the Link Cable
everyone.
Gaming Podcast. I hope you had fun. Please remember that we have our giveaway of our 2019 Game of the Year, Resident Evil 2, over on Twitter. So check that out. You can also follow us on obviously YouTube, where we're at right now, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, and of course Twitter. So we're on all those places. We've got new content going up on linkcable.com 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. Have a nice rest of your weekends.
Woo! And
Take out those Pokemon cards. Go find those Pokemon cards in your
everybody
I'm gonna
have
go.
a great launch of Shadowlands tomorrow. I know I'll be
Right.
participating. Mike already
Oh.
said he will be. I don't know if either of you
Mhm.
boys will be, but good luck.
And a
Good
happy
luck.
U.S. Thanksgiving, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh
super
yeah, yeah.
happening, too.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving
U.S.
to
Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
boys.
to
Forgot
our
that
American
too.
friends.
Yeah, to
Yep.
them, we're all sick and stuff, so no one's doing anything. But I'll be
Yeah,
playing video
have
games.
a lot of turkey, but don't share it. Just like kind of like I'm having turkey in my bedroom
Have
while I count my Pokemon
leftovers.
cards.
I count my money. I mean, my Pokemon card. Anyway.
But separately, don't eat and cards together. Definitely separately.
No, no. If you're gonna do that, just sell me your Pokemon cards right now.
I got gravy all over. I'm like,
Yeah.
Mike, what is this
Kevin,
reward?
put my address up there. If any of
He
you guys
doesn't
want to send
even
me,
care anymore. He has
He's
so
got
many.
the live counter of what it's worth just going down like crazy fast.
like a stock. Just...
All right, I'm ending the stream. All right.
All right,
Stream.
All
Bye,
right.
Bye,
everyone.
guys.
Have a great week.